Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
Well, theoretical physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, often credited as the father of the atomic bomb, awestruck of what he had just created, but with good reason. Nuclear experts now warning that Putin's threats to deploy a nuclear weapon in Ukraine has put the world at its most dangerous precipice of nuclear confrontation since the Cold War.
So how real is the threat of nukes right now? To discuss, let's bring in former FBI agent and Newsmax contributor Michael Grimm and CIA operative Mike Baker. Mike Baker, I'll start with you, sir. Your thoughts on the scenario right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the problem here is the normalization of the talk of this. The more that we talk about the use of low-grade, even nuclear weapons, deploying one tactically on a battlefield, and then what our response would be, the more that happens, in a sense, the more you normalize the concept of it. And part of the problem is once this happens, if Putin were off the rails enough or desperate enough to believe that this is his potential only option, then the next step is the problem. What's appropriate response? What's proportionate response? And that's an unknown area at this point. So it's an unlikely scenario right now, but look, Putin's getting increasingly desperate because there's really nothing going his way at this point with the effort in Ukraine. So it is, you can't take that potential scenario off the table. You got to game for it. But at this point, it's still unlikely.
Yeah, and as unlikely as it may be, and we hope it is, the tri-state area of New York, and New Jersey have been implementing warnings. Take a listen.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why. Just know that the big one has hit, okay? So what do? There are 3 important steps that I want you to remember. Step 1, get inside fast. You, your friends, your family, get inside. And no, staying in the car is not an option.
And these ads are now seen running on the side of buses and trains in the area. Michael Grimm, you're local as we are here in New York City, in the tri-state area. I mean, is that fear-mongering, or how should we heed that, those warnings?
It's funny you say that because I've just asked a bunch of people that I know and I respect their opinions, and they all felt the same. That number one, the information that they're actually giving isn't really that helpful. That's number one. Get inside if a nuclear bomb is dropped on your head.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much. But it is adding to the fear, and people are starting to panic. They don't know exactly what Putin is capable of doing, and let's be very clear. Putin is, by definition, erratic and unpredictable. And as he's backed into a corner, and we spoke about this all the way back when I was in Ukraine, as the Ukrainian forces continue to push and gain and have incremental gains pushing through the lines, and as you're hearing now, Russians fleeing, they don't want to be in this war, so his own troops having serious morale problems. How desperate does he become? Again, we don't know that answer, but we do know that there's a deployment of the Belgorod that we just spoke about. We haven't confirmed it yet, but it looks like there was a train with different types of munitions, but they say that those munitions aren't really the issue. It's who was sending them. It was the division that handles his nuclear program. So again, there's a lot going on. Vienna, those in Vienna in government are saying that Europe is taking this very seriously, and I think we all have to take it very seriously. But to run these ads in New York and New Jersey is a bit ridiculous, and I think it's only adding to people's fear.
We're looking at ads, by the way, Bert the Turtle, basically back during the duck and cover era, in which if something happens. But Mike Baker, you were talking about we don't want to get to a point where we're normalizing this. Continue your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's also speaking to these ads. Look, obviously they forgot the most important step that you need to do is get under your school desk.
I was going to do it. That'll protect it. Everybody will be fine. Duck and cover under your desk. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, I mean, they got to go back and rework these ads. But look, as Michael said, the problem here is, Putin increasingly is shutting doors. Right? It's very difficult for him to see an off ramp, some way to exit this incredible mess that he himself has created. He's arresting journalists and protesters. The Russian media, including Pravda, is now starting to crack a little bit and pointing out the fact that this is not going well. As you mentioned, you've got thousands of men fleeing the country, fear of conscription. The Ukrainian military has set up a hotline for how to surrender that Russians, soldiers and their families can call into, and they've been receiving thousands of calls on how to surrender. He's got a men and materials problem. He's turned to North Korea, of all places, and Iran.
We've got Mike. I'm so sorry. We got to run.
Sure.
Mike Baker, thank you very much, Michael Grimm, and the federal government for the ads on how to get under your desk and avoid that nuclear explosion.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the truth. No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.